Hi everyone, my name is Chelsea. Welcome to Little Mountain Ranch. I'm really happy to have you here with me today, where we are going to go on a little bit of an adventure. We have some friends, their names are Jeff and Rose, and they came over to visit us a couple days ago and brought us some venison smash burger balls. And we decided that we would try freeze drying these burger balls. I have not experimented with freeze drying meat very often. And whenever I have, it's been cooked and hasn't had a lot of fat in it. So we wanted to experiment and see if these burger balls would actually freeze dry. And then we're gonna head up to their house today, go spend the night in camp out at their place and make these burger balls. And I'm so excited about it. But first, before we do that, we need to head down to the freeze dryer and take out the burger balls and see if they actually worked. Fingers crossed they did. So this is my freeze dryer. This is a Harvest Right freeze dryer. And you can see our burger balls in there. So we're gonna pull those out and see if they worked. They look pretty good. They feel freeze dried. So it's these little flecks of fat in there that I'm curious about to see if it actually freeze dried. Feels a little bit greasy, but not too bad. So we'll throw these in bags and bring them up to Jeff and Rose's place. So these are venison, and I have also never had venison burgers before either. So I'm really excited to see how that tastes. So because we're gonna be cooking these up right away, I'm not gonna bother putting oxygen absorbers in with them. If I was going to be putting them aside for long-term storage or even up to a year, I would put the oxygen absorbers in. So here is my plan. I'm going to rehydrate one of these now just to see if they rehydrate properly. And then we'll actually fry them up when we get up to Rose and Jeff's house. We're going to be doing that part over on their channel. They have a great YouTube channel called Gridlessness. I've been following them forever. We've been friends for about a year now. They've been up here a couple times, but this is gonna be the first time we've ever visited their homestead, so I'm really excited about it. And then when we go up there, I wanted to take you on a tour of their homestead, of Rose's garden, of their root cellar, and all of that, and share that with you here on our channel. So let's see if this works. This is really fresh venison. This is a deer that their daughter actually shot just a couple of days ago. So it's as fresh as it's gonna get. So I'm just gonna let that sit there for a couple of minutes and see how it rehydrates. So this is rehydrating just fine. So I think it is going to work, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now I have to head out to the travel trailer because Dan is out there getting our solar system all connected to it. We're hoping to be able to do some trips. We'd like to go across Canada. We'd like to go down into the United States over the next year. So we're trying to outfit our travel trailer to be able to accommodate our family with power and internet and all those things. So this is a little bit of a test run for us, taking our trailer up to Rose and Jeff's place and seeing if the systems that we're putting in are actually gonna work when we do a longer trip. So we're gonna head out there and see how that's going for him. I have a little bit of packing left to do, and then we're gonna hit the road and head up to Jeff and Rose's place. Okay, this is our little travel trailer, and these are the Blue Eddy solar panels that we're gonna use for this trip. And then in here, so let's check out what Dan's getting up to in here. How's it going, hun?
Good.
Good.
Great. So hi guys, welcome to our trailer. Chelsea probably told you that we are considering doing some overlanding since talking with our friends Rose and Jeff from Gridlessness. Just coincidentally, a company that we've worked with in the past, Blue Eddy, sent us asked us if we wanted another system to try and trial and see if we like it. We said of course, because Jeff and Rose are friends. They came here for a visit recently, and I got to check out his overlanding truck, which was really cool. It's something he put together because they drive to Mexico every winter and spend a few months in Mexico with their lifestyle. You guys should check out their channel, actually. They have a really cool lifestyle. So I was inspired, and I was kind of excited with this Blue Eddy system. It's a AC300. It's a 3,000 watt. It's more for like small home living, I would say. But I thought it'd be perfect to put in our trailer, so I just tucked it in here with two B300 batteries. So in total this gives us 3,000 watts of power, and the reason I like it, and I thought it'd be perfect, is because we do need lots of power for our lifestyle, and we have things we need to power like Starlink. if we're gone for any length of time, we need to have solar power available that's sufficient to run laptops, computers, television, but also to keep your 110 volt power active at all times, even when we're off grid. So they sent us this system. I'm super excited about it. Some of the features I really like about it are the amount of plugins it has on the front of it, for one, and they're 20 amp plugs, so that's pretty heavy duty. So just to quickly show you guys some of the features, it's got some USB plugs for charging your USB-C and A's. It has wireless charging for your telephone, as long as your phone case isn't too thick. That's what I found. I have a really thick phone case and that will actually impede that. But as far as your outputs, you have other outputs. You have a 30 amp trailer plug, which is what I have our actual trailer shore power plugged into right here. So we're going to find out, because we're about to leave today, just sort of how long that will go on its own without a charge, because I'm going to leave this plugged in and run the fridge, etc. off it. And separately from that, we have a bunch of charging inputs. So I have the house plugged in just to an extension cord, just to keep the batteries topped up until it's time to leave. But also you can charge this off 12 volts, which is what I'm going to wire it in. I haven't done it today, but I'm going to do it, so that while the vehicle's running, it's charging at all times. And also you can charge it off solar. So these aren't intended to be a permanent solar setup, but more for something like overlanding or camping, where you can actually put these up. They have stands on the back. This is upside down right now, but this is 400 watts worth of charging. And I've actually already bought some of these. So I actually have 3 of these now. So I have 1200 watts worth of charging from solar, and it just connects up to that Blue Eddy system.
That's so cool.
It is really cool. And above and beyond this, for our overlanding, I do plan on putting on some actual hard panels, some 300 watt ones that will stay connected and stay bolted to the trailer. So this is exciting. I'm really excited about this. We get to try this tonight and see how it goes, see how it powers the
And I guess we
trailer.
can let everybody know in another video how the system worked.
Yeah, we'll give it a review in the future. Just want to show you guys one other thing that I think is really cool on the system once we go inside. I lied.
Oh, it is working.
It has
That's so
Bluetooth,
cool.
so it does work even without the internet. So you can see right here now, I don't have my solar panels hooked up here right now, but if I did, it would tell you exactly how many watts of power are coming into my system. So I could plug in, say, my 1200 watts of solar, and then I could come in here and I could change the angles of the panels. I could do whatever I need to do to try and maximize that. So it's just a feature you can watch it live that I really like.
That's awesome.
So this is really cool. I'm excited about it. I want to use it next year. That's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah.
But we'll try it this year, and we'll try it today actually with our camping, and I'm going to let this run the entire time we're gone without any input for charging, and we'll see what kind of life we get out of it.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, I'll finish packing up and we'll get going.
sounds good.
Okay, we're gonna head back to the house, grab the rest of the stuff we need, and jump in the van and get going. All right, friends, we just got here, and my first impressions are utter peace. It is so incredibly peaceful out here. We live out in the country and we don't have a lot of neighbors. We don't have anybody that lives close to us, any closer than a couple of kilometers. So it's quiet, but this is a different level of quiet. This is that kind of quiet that just makes you feel so peaceful. Oh, I just love it so much. So I'm going to go down and introduce you now to Jeff and Rose, and then we're going to take a tour around their property. So they live, I'll ask, but I think a very similar zone to us, 3B, something like that, with a very short growing season. Rose was saying that they woke up to a hard frost this morning. Everything was white and sparkly. She said it was beautiful, but she did say she had to pull all her vegetables out of her garden a couple days ago, knowing that this frost was coming. Just a few things left in the actual garden, but she's going to walk us around and show us anyway. Look at their little house that they built. When we were walking down to the fire pit, Rose was saying this is their snacking garden. Let me show you. There's a few things left in here. I love these log beds. Beautiful flowers in front of the house. Hey everyone, this is Rose.
Hello.
And we're gonna head over to her greenhouse first. Which way do we go, Rose?
This way.
This way.
Yeah.
And to check it out. So there's nothing in her greenhouse right now because she has had crazy issues with spider mites, which I hadn't even heard of before you. Like, I've heard of spider mites, but not in a greenhouse. So
It's been so sad.
So how did they get in there?
I'm pretty sure, like, normally I always start all my own seeds every spring, and I haven't had an issue. And I also used to always keep my chickens in the greenhouse over the winter.
Okay.
And the greenhouse was always bonkers. It was awesome, huge yields. And then I stopped having chickens in the greenhouse over the winter. And one year I had to buy starts. And ever since then I've had issues.
Oh,
So I don't know if it was because of the starts I'm pretty sure that's where they started from, but the chickens not being in there over the winter, cleaning up the problem, also I think just kind of compounded over years. So I brought in the chickens again.
Chickens to do it. Okay. So this, I have to tell you, this looks way bigger than it does.
Oh, yeah?
On your videos. Okay. Yeah. So it's really interesting because I've watched their videos for a long time. And if I have not mentioned yet, they have a YouTube channel called Gridlessness. I'm pretty sure I said that when we were at home. An awesome YouTube channel. And I've been watching them for years. And things always look slightly different when you see them in real life because your brain kind of makes up the rest of the space. But this is huge.
Yeah. So
This is a good size.
It is a good size. I'm always surprised at how much I can fit in here. But I normally have, like tomatoes and cucumbers in here, and
So do you just
peppers.
plant right in the ground? Like do you bring beds? Like what
Okay,
do you do?
yeah. So I am very excited about this greenhouse normally because I have just over the years put straw in here and I don't add soil into it.
Okay.
And it composts down and makes its own soil. And then every year I just add a new layer of straw on top. And I plant my starts right into the straw on top. And I don't plant it down into the soil.
Oh, okay.
So it's been fantastic for years. But like I said, I haven't put chickens in here for a few years.
So this is what you have left.
Oh, I just left these in here for the chickens to eat, but they're...
I'm so sad for you.
I know.
So what do the spider mites do? Because they eat the leaves off or what?
No, so they live in the soil.
Okay.
They don't die over the winter. And then they just come... I think they just like suck something out of the plant.
Like out of the stem?
Because they're climbing up as far as I understand, they climb up each day. And they climb up onto the plant, and you first notice it on the cucumbers. Like they start looking like they have some little spots on the leaves, and then eventually they just totally take the leaves and totally cover them all into a web. And the whole plant, like all the way to the roof, is just like
That
dead.
makes me want to cry for you.
I
Just because
know.
I know how much I would be so devastated
I know.
if that happened in my greenhouse. I would
Yeah.
probably cry.
I know, and I knew right from the start. I did like soil drenches. I did like I did over the years. I've done neem oil, and I've done diatomaceous earth, and I've done charcoal, and I've done I can't even remember all the different things. But this year I actually brought in the chemicals to try that, and even that I started when the plants were small. As soon as I started seeing stuff, I started doing it. But you can imagine trying to do something where you're spraying all the leaves on every plant,
and the
it's
mites
to
are
roof.
so tiny.
They're
too,
so
right?
tiny, yeah.
So if you friends have any suggestions for Rose about dealing with spider mites, please put them in the comments because I want you to have a gorgeous greenhouse next spring.
Me too.
Like so bad, so badly.
Yeah.
Because that. So where did you get this stuff?
So a friend of ours he works at a commercial building, and they were redoing all the outdoor windows on this huge giant commercial building, and so they were just throwing them away. So we repurposed them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope these chickens do what they need to do.
Me too.
Oh, that would make me so sad.
Let's see it.
Let's go see. Let's go see your cow. So this is a milking cow we're gonna go see?
Yeah. So we only have one cow, and her calf. But yeah, she's for milk. Getting better.
She's cute.
She's super friendly. Hey, Penny girl.
So do you guys do like once a day milking or?
Yeah, we just milk in the morning, and that works for us.
Hey, Penny.
Hey, you.
I love this kind of coat. I have one that looks like this.
Like
cow
brindly?
milkweed. Yeah, the brindle.
Yeah. Hey, girl, where's it going?
Is she older?
Yes.
I was going to
is
say she
old.
has. Oh, she's scared. She's like, no.
She's like,
I was going to say that is the udder of a older cow.
Yeah.
She's been milked.
She has been. She's an old girl. She's actually 10, I think.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I think Peso is her 9th calf, and we're hoping for another. So she's interesting. She's only ever, in all her calving years, only ever thrown bull calves and has been bred to multiple different bulls. So we're hoping for a little heifer calf.
A little heifer calf. And last time will be probably her last calf, so hopefully you'll get a heifer. So how many, you guys have 20 acres?
We have 40 acres that we share. Yeah.
Oh, right. So you share those. So you guys have 20 and they have 20?
Yeah.
But you co-own the property.
Yes.
That's awesome. And you've been here for how long?
We have been here for 13 years.
This was completely bare land
When we bought this
Got it.
place, it was 100% solid forest. Like these pens in here were so thick you could hardly even walk through here, but the entire property was like that.
Wow.
The property didn't have a road at all to get in here, so we started out with quads and quad trailers.
And so did you just bring like a camper or what?
No. So
Tents?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
So
gosh.
when we first moved out here, like I said, we quadded in and we stayed in a tent while we were building. That lasted for a couple weeks. And then we got the skeleton of the house up and made it livable.
That quickly, because you were like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because you had 5 little kids at that time, right?
Kezia was 2 years old at
Wow.
the time, so during mosquito season as well.
Oh my goodness.
So it was top priority to get a livable space quickly.
So the whole idea of doing that, like
Yep.
buying an inexpensive piece of land, was so that you could be debt free,
Yeah.
right? That was the whole goal.
Yep.
Like leaving the city and just going,
To be able to
we're
find
done with that.
Yeah, find a piece of land that's affordable and make it work. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the garden,
Yes.
and it's doubling as a horse pasture.
Well, it is because I'm like, there's lots of food in here for them still, so I'm letting them be in here and eat up all the grass and whatever that's still left in here, I guess.
I put my sheep in mine yesterday.
Okay.
For the same, I was just like, yeah, there's so much good food, and the soil's so good in there, so the food's probably really good.
It's awesome.
So
It doesn't look like a whole lot right now. My garden is very unique in that I garden in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
And so I usually have a sprinkler in the center, and then I do rows all the way around.
okay.
So we did potatoes all on that end over there, and I had garlic and onions and beans and peas and beets and carrots and, you know, all the things down to the rhubarb down there.
Mm-hmm. Do you have issues with deer being out here or moose
No.
or anything?
No, I actually think maybe once a deer got in here this year for the first time because I noticed something nibbled on something and I was like, that was odd to see. But no, otherwise, no, the dogs keep everything away. So I don't know have you ever used pigs to like to clear land?
Not intentionally.
Okay.
But they have gotten into areas and they do an amazing job.
They do. So yeah, we've had pigs in these 2 pens for years, and this garden spot actually was the first pen that we had for pigs, and I think we had a lot, like 8 maybe in here for 2 years, I think, or maybe 3. But they took complete forest, like treed everything, rooted it all up, pulled all the roots out, and the garden is awesome in here now. So we thought they did such an amazing job. We put them in this section next, and we've been rotating pigs through here, and now we're kind of at the point where we've planted in there before, but not this year. So now we're just kind of like keeping them here. But I could not believe how these guys
How they can do. I really miss, this is we used to breed pigs.
Yeah.
And then this is our first year. We butchered our last pigs in the spring.
Okay, yeah.
And I am missing having them so much.
Yep.
Especially just because they can eat always. Like there's a lot you can't give chickens, right?
Yes,
or you have
that's
to chop it up or whatever.
Yep, right.
And a lot is going in my compost, which I suppose is okay too.
Right.
But I do miss having them. And for land, they can do an amazing job at
Yeah.
clearing it.
And they're now got some frost on
Your
it.
raspberries look so much more tame and controlled than mine. Mine is just this huge like jungle. You can hardly walk through them.
Oh,
Like through
okay.
the forest garden, you know, when you walk
Yep.
through there, yeah, you can hardly go through. But this looks,
Little ones are pretty good.
look at those.
So these ones just came out of, they're like,
Look
those,
at that.
hey? Isn't that bonkers?
They're beautiful. What kind are these?
Those ones were the French fingerlings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really good.
And then I tried some of these purple ones a couple years ago, and that one's not very nice, but
Are these the all the way through purple ones?
no, they're just
Just the ones.
purple, and they're super white on the inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These look really good.
And the beets did good this year.
Mine did too. They did.
Pretty good.
Those are the Cylindra. Those ones are my favorites.
Yeah, but like, no, that's just dirt.
But a little bit. But they're not nearly as bad as mine for scab.
Normally, I do get more for scab, but yeah, these ones actually did. I was really happy about it this year. Sometimes, oh yeah, there's a bit. Sometimes I get slugs in there, and I could see them coming into the garden, and they had got on the broccoli, and I'm like, I gotta get these potatoes out of here. I was like,
This is the root cellar. So I love so many things about this, but it's like, because it's like a Hobbit
Yeah.
house vibe, right?
yep.
And then it's just beautiful. I love it. And it works.
And it works. It's awesome.
Friends, this is less creepy than mine. Everyone thinks mine is very creepy. Yours is so clean and pristine looking.
This outer part freezes in the wintertime,
Mm-hmm.
so I just keep like paper towel, like flour and seeds and nuts and dehydrated things, and I don't know, things I'm trying to store, and I don't care if it freezes,
Right.
but I don't want it in my house.
Yes.
So it works.
And then do you hang meat in here?
Sometimes we hang meat in here. Yep. I also use like in the early season, this works great as a fridge if I'm curing meats and things. It's cooler in here generally than in there in the beginning of the season.
Okay.
So like right now.
Oh, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because it's getting the temperature from outside.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I keep a freezer in here. I don't run this one all winter long, just through the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is really fantastic. So you have a concrete.
Yes. This is
See
the
that it's
one
top?
I think it is.
Okay.
Yep. And then
I have a thing for root cellars, I have to say. I love
Okay.
them so much. I always have. They're just fantastic. So I love your puppy prints.
yeah, I didn't like it at the time.
But now you do.
Well, they're all right. I know who was here.
That's so great. Okay, so
Yes. So this is my back root cellar, and this one never freezes. So we'll have -40 every winter for a couple weeks, and it will sit just above 0. It's awesome. And I'll end up having all my potatoes in here and my beets and my carrots. I just don't have them in here quite yet.
okay, and then you have your cabbages.
Yes, my cabbages.
How long are these going to last in here for?
They'll probably last into, well, I think I last year had some in there until March or April. They do pretty good.
Mine, I think mine might be a little bit too humid. This is
Okay.
fairly dry in here.
Yeah.
And mine is because it's dirt.
Yeah.
I think the humidity's too high because one year I had them all the way till spring.
Okay.
And then the last couple of years they've started molding by like November,
Okay.
which is so frustrating.
Well, this is the best cabbage harvest I've ever had. So to be totally honest, we've eaten them before they've.
Right, before they could get there, right?
Yeah. And yeah, so we'll
So
see.
for humidity in here, you don't worry about checking because usually, I mean, they say to have like a higher humidity level in there.
It does get humid in here in the fall when it gets rainy. I notice, so the vents sometimes let in some humidity in here.
Oh, okay.
But so it will sometimes have condensation on the outside, and I haven't had issues.
But you haven't had issues.
No. And once it gets cooled down in here, I'll have like all my cheese in here and other stuff.
This is really, really fantastic. So, how much did it cost to build? I'm just curious because people are always
wanting
to know, right? Like,
yeah. So we bought the culverts, but they were at scrap price. So I think we paid. It was like a long time ago. It was like 13 years ago when we first moved here, but we probably paid like $200, maybe $300 at the time, and then it was just the price of the rebar and the concrete.
That's really because that's affordable for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
and to be able to have, and this is all galvanized, so it's not
Yep.
going to rust,
Right.
right?
Yep. We put these in so you can put, you can hang things in here if you like.
That is a very good idea.
This fall, we're actually going to do a project. We're going to do video about it too. We're going to bring power in here. We're going to do some upgrades, so it should be fun.
This reminds me so much of my first house. Oh my gosh. So similar. Okay, so this is your kitchen slash workspace slash all the things.
Yes.
And you have all your canning.
I have most of my canning up top here.
I can see salsa up there. Is that pea soup?
No, on the left? Yeah. Turkey soup.
Okay.
Crushed tomatoes.
Canning. Are these beans?
Yes.
Do you like canned beans?
Those are dilly beans.
Oh.
No, actually, these ones aren't dilly. These are just beans, and then I have dilly beans as well. I like them in things like pot pie and things.
Yeah, putting them in things I like, but there's so many people, especially from the south. You've got jam,
sauces.
Do you like canning?
I do, yeah.
You do,
it's
yeah.
fun. And then I've got another stash over here yet too.
I have never canned nectarines. They're really pretty.
They are pretty. So I haven't cracked a jar yet, so we'll see how they are.
They're good.
So this
and
is
your
my
stove, McClary. I used to have a McClary stove.
Yeah, so this is my favorite part of my whole house, I think. Got this stove for $100 back in the day when we first moved out here, and the thermometer is still accurate.
Really?
It cooks the best. I have a bit of a fetish. I have quite a few cook stoves.
Okay.
So this is my favorite
That's
one.
your
It still
favorite
cooks the best. Yeah.
Once you've cooked on a wood cook stove, there's just no comparison.
No,
to it.
there's not.
As soon as it gets cold enough that I can be cooking on mine, and not only that, the food tastes better.
It does,
It really actually does, yeah.
Yep.
Anybody?
So what should we name it?
I don't know, guys. What should we name it? She's beautiful. So how old is this stove? Because it definitely
on the
looks
back.
like it's...
Yeah, sorry, I totally interrupted you. Say it
No,
again.
go ahead. No, I was just going to ask how old your stove is.
So the tag on the back says 1930. I don't know otherwise.
Yeah. I just love them. Yeah, so we need a name, friends, for Rose's stove. I don't know. See, mine's Martha.
Oh, okay.
It's a good name, right?
It's a good name.
It is. I know. So I'm not sure. I have to think about this one. And you guys help us out on this too. So you guys built all this stuff?
Yep.
Like just built the whole. So this whole thing is just you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I was gonna tell you, when we first moved out here and we were like living in tents, and we were like, we need to get into the structure. We had just the cedar poles and only on half the house done, and we were like, we got to get into this house. So we went to Princess Auto and bought tons of tarps, put the tarps around the outside, and went to like Home Hardware and got like a whole roll of screen and screened in all the tops, and we moved in.
Wow.
And the roof.
So how long did it take to actually get it so it was like at the level it's at now?
Years.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Just,
we've been working on it for years.
Yeah.
We built this place very unconventionally. We didn't build it like, now we do this and now we do that. We built it, we were kind of like, what's next that's most important to us? So lots of the things that I feel like it took us way longer to do things because they weren't a priority to us. So, yeah.
And you did it without debt.
We did it without
And
debt.
that's, like that to me is the thing.
Yeah.
It's because it gives you freedom.
This is Jeff. Say hi, Jeff. And these
I'm just
are...
holding my precious freeze-dried
Let me see.
venison smash burger balls.
Are they light?
That's what I
like-
wanted to see.
Hardly any weight in the
So this
freezer,
was like
right?
14 pounds almost, right?
Yep.
Wow.
We're bringing a scale out. We're gonna measure the balls.
Okay. So these are the fresh ones, or they're you've made them frozen.
Yes.
And then...
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to do a comparison.
It's time.
We want
Open
like
it
a
up.
plate or something, or what do we want?
I'm just gonna put my dirty hands right.
Oh,
Does this open
okay.
up like a Ziploc?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that?
It doesn't smell like anything. Look at this. Look at that. It's like a bag of chips.
Yep.
No way.
Meat chips.
Okay, so I am going to leave you guys to jump over to their channel, which I'll link down in the description box below for you guys to check this out when we actually cook these all up.
Because we're about to eat them. We're gonna like get them all over our face
Yeah.
and everything. It's gonna be delicious.
It is going to be fantastic. So I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Bye, everyone.